And so Joseph went up from the town of Nazareth in Galilee to Judea, to Bethlehem, the town of David, because he belonged to the house and lineage of David. He went there to register with Mary, his espoused, who was with child. While they were there, the time came for the baby to be born. She gave birth to her firstborn son, wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the place where travelers lodged. And there were shepherds living out in the fields nearby, keeping watch over their flocks at night. An angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were terrified. But the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid. I bring you good news of great joy that will be for all the people. Today in the town of David, a Savior has been born to you. He is Christ the Lord. This will be a sign to you. You will find a baby wrapped in swaddling clothes and lying in a manger." And suddenly, there was with the angel a multitude of heavenly hosts praising God and singing. So, that's the story I tell in my gospel. But there is one that I wanted to tell, but I wasn't sure if anyone would believe me. This is the story of Shep the sleepy sheep. Yes, the story of Shep the sleepy sheep. Try to say that quickly. Now, Shep was a sheep in the flock of shepherd Shem. Shem was a super shepherd who pastured his sheep in the fields outside the little town of Bethlehem. I know, I thought I looked cute today, too. His helper was a young boy named Daniel. Daniel loved the sheep in his care, and Daniel loved to dance. Daniel danced up and down and around, and all the sheep would follow him. Well, except Shep, the sleepy sheep. While Daniel was dancing and the flock was following, sleepy Shep was sleeping. Sleeping. When Shem summoned the sheep to schlep to another pasture, Daniel would dance and the flock would follow, but Shep would still be sleeping. Now, this was very bad for sleepy Shep, who would often just wake from sleep as the other sheep were on the move, and he would have to run up to catch up with them. Now, perhaps you are wondering why Shep was so sleepy. Well, I'll tell you the reason. It's because every time Shem would begin to count his sheep, 1, 2, 3, Well, he would fall asleep. Well, that's what happens when you count sheep. I know. And when Shem fell asleep, so would Shep. Now Daniel and all the other sheep used to laugh and run and hide. You could say they liked to play hide and go sheep. Shem would wake from sleep only to find that all of his sheep, save Shep, were lost, and he didn't know where to find them. Well, he would run up and down and around, calling the sheep by name. Now Asher and Anna, Michal and Miriam, Rebecca and Rachel, Ezra and Elohim. And they would come from their hiding places, ringing around him, and even Shep would wake from sleep and join them. One day, Shem was counting his sheep. 1, 2, 3, 4. And as usual, he fell asleep, counting sheep. Daniel and the flock disappeared, claiming to play hide and sheep. And of course, Shep was sound asleep. But this time, when Shem woke and went looking for his sheep, well, they were nowhere to be found. He looked up and down and around, but he just couldn't find them. All of his sheep and the shepherd boy too seemed to have just disappeared. Now, Shem, being a good shepherd, decided to leave behind his one sleepy sheep and go look for the other 99. Okay, 19, I am a gospel writer. He was sure that Shep would stay asleep until he returned with the 99. Okay, 19. When Shep did awake, he looked around and around, but no one was to be found. No sound did he hear, not even a peep from a sheep. And Shep was a little afraid. All alone without Shem or Daniel or all the other sheep of the flock. But then Shep looked up into the sky and saw the most beautiful, bright, shining star. Oh, he was so transfixed by the beauty of the star that he didn't notice the angel trying to get his attention. Shep thought he must have been dreaming. Well, he dreamed a lot since he was always sleeping. And the angel said to him, "Hey you! Wake from sleep, sheep! Great news! A Savior was born, who is Christ the Lord. Check out the manger outside the town. You'll find him there, a little lamb wrapped in swaddling clothes, whatever they are." And the angel winged her way away. At that very moment, Shepherd Shem returned with him, Danny, and all the flock. Their game of hide-and-go sheep had gone bad, and they were really lost. They needed the super shepherd Shem to find them and lead them home. Shem had thought that he'd see Shep still sleeping, but he was wide awake. No sleep for Shep the sheep. Well, he pleaded and bobbed the story of the angel and the lamb in a manger who had come to bring salvation to all God's sheep, and he led them in haste to Bethlehem, where they found the little lamb, the newborn child, asleep in a manger. Amen.